What's up, guys? It's your host here, DxD, back with another HighSchoolDxD related video. And today we're going to be doing 10 anime like HighSchoolDxD part 2. So there's a follow-up from my other video. And before we start this video, please like and subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And, just hit that red subscribe button. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. At number 10, we have How to Not Summon a Demon Lord, a summer 2018 anime. And it has only one season for clarification. So basically, in regards to an MMORPG cross rival, so Tukuma boasted on his overwhelming strength that was enough for him to be called a Demon King by other players. And eventually he gets summoned to another world and transferred into a completely different world by a bunch of random girls. And the classic harem series, he has cool magic powers, and he's a bad-ass Demon King. So that's exactly why I picked this related to DxD, and I thought this was pretty fucking cool. It was a really good show. I only put it number 10. This isn't ranked in order or anything, so don't get offended if your favorite show is not equivalent. So let's go ahead and roll into number 9. Coming in at number 9 is Devil is a Part-Timer, and it has 2 seasons. One season is out right now, and the second season will be coming out sooner or later. And The Devil's a Part-Timer, as you can see, is already about a demon king and versus a hero. You get the point. They get transferred into another world. They lose their powers for a certain period of time. And there's a huge comedy aspect to it, and it's absolutely hilarious. The fights are actually really, really cool. And you already know he gets the bad bitches. So that's exactly why I put it just related to DxD in general. And yes, it does have a dub. The first season does have a dub, and the second season will hopefully come out later. Sometime later. All I know is that it has been announced, and that is why I put it up with the list with DxD, because obviously, the main character, the side character, the girl that likes him, also has red hair. And the funny thing is that he does work at a place called McRonald's, and it's a parody of McDonald's. If you guys didn't get the gifs, I thought that was fucking hilarious. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll into number 8, and let's get it. Coming in at number 8, we do have Nisekoi. And the reason why I put Nisekoi on there, although it doesn't have the magical powers and somewhat perviness, it does have somewhat perviness like Issei, but I put it there because it's funny. It's a funny harem anime, and we all need a good chill zone harem anime as soon as we watch something like HighSchoolD or How to Not Summon a Demon or a Devil as a Part-Timer. So I put that there just like that. And the main character's name, obviously, is Raku Ichigo. And if you have not seen this anime yet, oh my god, it's really funny, and I really do appreciate it. And obviously it's a harem anime, so they all got the little bit of spice in there. You know what I mean? But yes. So obviously it's romance anime, harem, show 'em, you get the point. It does have a dub. It has 2 seasons so far. The 3rd season most likely will not come out, so don't expect it. If you want to go read the manga or the light novel, whatever it's called. But yes, you get the point. It has a dub. It came out in 2014, so it has a pretty good fair amount of animation. And let's go ahead and roll right into number 7. Coming in at number 7, we do have The Familiar of Zero. And this anime is fucking amazing. And I really do I vote for you to please go check this out, as long with everyone on this list too. So The Familiar of Zero is about Saito. And Saito was transferred into another world randomly when he was in the middle of high school or whatever. And he got summoned by this person named Luis. And basically, that's his pet, or that's her pet or whatever. You know what I mean? That was his little summoner. And he's actually probably the most OP thing that you could have summoned, because he's really, really good. And either way, he builds up his rep, and I'll go through all these things, stuff like that. And it did remind me of HighSchoolDxD a little bit, because Luis is kind of a bitch. And that kind of reminds me of Rhea sometimes, because she has that little sass to her. But yeah, you get the point. It does have some funny aspects to it, along with the comedy of DxD. So that's the reason why I did put this on this list. And it does have tons of action and super duper magical powers. You get the point. Let's go ahead and roll into number 6. At number 6, we do have the Quintessential Quintuplets. And basically why I put this on here is because it's funny, it has drama with it, just like HighSchoolD, a little bit of drama, a little bit of sass there, you jealousy going on, all that good stuff. But basically what the Quintessential Quintuplets is about is Yusugi is a poor antisocial A student who one day meets like this rich transfer student named Itsuki, and they argue when Itsuki realizes that he needs to be their tutor, and that it's a really good job to make money for his family, etc., etc. And there's 5 other chicks. That's why it's called the Quintessential Quintuplets. And basically, if you haven't seen this anime, it's really, really good. It was made in 2019, so the animation is pretty good if you do have a little niche about the animation. But yes, overall, it's really funny. I know it has a lack of magical powers and all that stuff, but it's always good to be it for another harem anime, and that's why I did put it on this list. So let's go ahead and roll into number 5. So coming in at number 5, we do have Infinite Stratos, and it has 2 seasons, and yes, they both are available in English dub. So basically what Infinite Stratos is about is a Japan engineered and armed an army powered exoskeleton, Infinite Stratos, and it became the mainstream weapon. Since only women can operate IS, women dominate the society over men. Ichika is a 15-year-old boy and accidentally touches an IS placed in the IS pilot training school, and he is found to be the only man that can use an IS. So basically, it's pretty cool, and it has that little vibe to HighSchoolDxD because, well, obviously, Issei is the only person that has the red dragon or the boosted gear powers, you know, dragon, all that cool shit that has stuff. So magical powers, mechs, all the cool things that come with that and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the reason why I did put it on the list. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this series because it's really, really good, and it also is pretty funny as a standalone itself. Coming in at number 4, we do have 100, and 100 is a show where an ancestral organism known as Savage attacks the whole entirety of mankind, and the only technology capable of combating the enemy is a weapon known as the 100. A survivor of a Savage attack, Hayato Kizaragi, is a teenager boasting about his highest compatibility level with the technology, and as a result is invited to master his skills at Little Garden, a prestigious military academy, which is usually not really for men. So he's, of course, this is kind of like Infinite Stratos, so he has the rare ability to use this, and he's bragging about it, of course, and you know, he has a little bit of confidence, and there's a ton of women surround it, and basically it only usually has compatibility with women, and that's why it is so rare. And the reason why I said this is associated with HighSchoolDxD or like it is because, well, of course, all the bad bitches and women, but also the magical power aspect is really cool to me, and it has a little bit of drama, you know, jealousy and all that good stuff as you would want in a harem anime. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll into the third one. Coming in at number 3, we have Code Geass. And I know a lot of people are like, what? This is a harem anime? Well, my brother brought it to my attention and kept bothering me to put it in. So, without further ado, let's make sense of it. So, basically, the relations between DxD and Lelouch are actually pretty similar. So, Lelouch actually gets all the bad bitches in the show anyway, like Colin, you know, she's hella bad, by the way. But the main storyline about this is that, dude, Lelouch is smart as fuck, alright? He's smart as fuck, and he plays chess, bro. And he uses the chessboard to his advantage, and that's actually how they make their moves. And how this is related to DxD is because that's how they make their moves in DxD as well. And they also have a bunch of bad bitches in Lelouch, that they have the cool magical powers and all that crazy shit that goes on. Okay, so obviously that's sick. That shit is sick. And if you want to get a little weird, it's Rias and Colin basically have red hair, if you want to call Colin's red hair, and they're both bad as fuck. So let's go ahead and roll into number 2. At number 2, we have Is This a Zombie? And this show is fucking hilarious, alright? Just quote me on it. So basically, I'll go ahead and tell you what it's about. So, Ayumu is a normal high school boy. One day he is killed by a serial killer and revived as a zombie by a necromancer named Hellscythe. And he starts to serve Iu as her guard, but happens to derive the Master Sojo Haruna of her magic power. Haruna orders Aima to fight against the anti-Master Sojo system, Megago, in her place. So basically what happens right there is she loses her powers to him, and he accidentally takes her powers, and you get the point. So it's kind of like the beginning of Bleach, to be honest. But anyway, all right, overall this show's absolutely hilarious, and I'm sorry, I just saw something disturbing. But anyway, so basically, yes, this show is absolutely awesome. Okay, it's fucking hilarious. The comedy is on point. The magical powers, you know what I mean? So it's close relation to HighSchoolDxD, and there's a couple of baddies in the show, but obviously not as bad as HighSchoolDxD. So without further ado, let's move on to number 1. So coming in at number 1, we have Afriureta, and Afriureta is fucking awesome. Okay, not only is it a harem anime, but he starts off getting betrayed by his friends when he tries to save this one chick, and he does manage to save her, but he gets knocked off the edge or shot by a blast in the crossfire and gets knocked out by one of his friends, and one of those blasts was definitely from his friends, so he felt betrayed, and he was down in the dungeon, and he has to eat other monsters to get level up and get new powers. It's really sick. All right, you get the point, etc. He eventually does let go of his revenge though, but he does end up meeting back with those people from before, and he basically, you know, tells them to fuck off. So yes, this is definitely this is hilarious anime. It's really funny. The magical superpowers, the storyline is all really good. It is gonna get a second season. It's getting renewed for a second season. I just don't know when it's going to come out, but yes. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the rest of this video. Please like and comment, subscribe for more. This video did take me a while to make. Without further ado, peace.